a shirtless man. Well, good evening, everybody. How's about we get some racing going here? Well, we need to get our opening ceremony started, as all sporting events should. We'll have our national anthem and we'll have our opening prayer. But it's 7:15. It's time to get this show on the road. Everybody lean to the right so that sun goes down as fast as we can get it to go down. Luckily, we've got a nice breeze to our backs. As you can see, the red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes already in the air in the infield over there. Nice breeze, and we've got the water truck run all over the track. Hopefully the dust will be kept to a minimum today. And we got late models here tonight. Late models back in action here at I-37. It's good to see those guys back here ripping up the top lip of this trap. But we're ready to get started. So if you would, please rise if you are able. Remove your hats. And we'll have our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Pray with me now. God in heaven, we thank you so much. You are awesome and mighty. And we just praise your name for allowing us the freedoms that we have to come to this place and enjoy this sport. God, watch over us tonight. Get us home safely. Watch over our drivers. Watch over our crew. Watch over everyone here in attendance. Just bring us home safely at the end of the night. God, we thank you so much for sending your son to save us. In your name we pray. Amen. Well, all right, it's time to get to some racing action. We'll send out our heat races first. There's all sorts of stuff going on tonight, the main feature being the late models back in action here. We've got some factory stock extra money in play. So we've got factory stocks, $10 bonus for each lap led, $50 bonus if leading lap number 10, $25 bonus for the hard charger of the night, and we're going to do a top 6 redraw for our feature. So the top 6 in the heat races will redraw for the feature race later tonight. So lots of fun with the factory stocks. We've also got a double 50-50 drawing tonight. So make sure you get your 50-50 tickets from the souvenir booth. Double 50-50 drawing, $100 American Express gift card for the second drawing. So we'll pull that 50-50 ticket right after intermission. So make sure to get your tickets before intermission is over. As you can see, we're going to start off our action tonight with our limited modifieds. Limited modifieds coming out to the track. We're going to get them to pack in a little bit of water out there that we spread out just to try to keep the dust down. So they'll get around the track a little bit here with some packing, and then we'll get them lined up for their heat race. We'll start off with the limited modifieds, then we'll move to the factory stocks. After that will be our sport compacts. then the IMCA modifieds, and we'll finish up our heat races with the late models. We'll have our intermission, and we'll have go-karts at intermission. Go-kart track out there looking very nice. And then our feature races later will follow the same order: limited mods, factory stock, sport compacts, IMCA modifieds, and late models. Pretty good group of cars here tonight. We got about 60 cars back in the pits. So lots of different types of cars here tonight. As you can see, the limited modifieds out here right now. You can identify them against the IMCA modifieds as they have the shorter sail panels and spoilers. The IMCA modifieds have the long sail panels, and they sound a little bit bigger as well. Limited modifieds, of course, having a limited motor. But we'll get your lineups coming up. Limited modified lineup for this heat race looks like the 95S of Sterling Tao starting on the pole. Outside of him, the 14 JR of James Cole. Row number 2, the 1T of Nathan Titzman, and outside of him, the 14 of Trent Beaver. Row number 3, the 77 Cody Beto on the inside, and the BD2 of Daniel Preston on the outside. We've got Jack Lewis in the 91 in the final row, along with the 95 of Jeff Markert. Here we go, green flag in the air. Let's get this thing started. Heat race number 1 for the limited modifieds. The 14 of James Cole jumps out to the early lead, and here comes the 14 of Trent Beaver right on his tail on the first lap. The BD2 of Daniel Preston jumps up to the top side of the track. Gonna take over that third position. Daniel Preston and the 95 of Sterling Tausch battling for third. Sterling Tausch falls off the pace for a moment, falls way back to 4th and 5th, now battling with the 77 of Cody Beto. The twin 14s up front, Trent Beaver and James Cole, they are battling for that top position now. Coming up to lap number 3, here comes Trent Beaver trying to make a move on the bottom. And he does. Trent Beaver in the 14 takes over that first position from the James Cole in the orange number 14. Here comes Cody Beto battling against the BD2. That is your battle for third position. Trent Beaver in the 14 now running away with this one. Coming up on lap traffic, that's the 95 of Jeff Markert. Or sorry, the 91. 91 of Jack Lewis. The orange 14 of James Cole gets by the lap traffic. Here comes the BD2 as well. Top 3 get by. The 77 of Cody Beto also gets by lap traffic. 2 more laps to go in this heat race. The 1T of Nathan Titzman going through the infield there, taking a little bit of a shortcut. White flag now in the air. 1 more lap to go. 1 more lap of the 14 of Trent Beaver. A good battle for second place on the white flag lap. The 14 of James Cole, the BD2, and the 77 of Cody Beto. Here's the checkered flag. Beto trying to make a move. Can he get by? Not going to be enough. Cody Beto and the 77 making a late race charge to try to get around the BD2 of Daniel Preston. Did not have enough time. So a good heat race right there for your limited modifieds. Good battles all through the pack.
Well, you're gonna have to wait. We ate right before we came. Oh, girlfriend.
Next up, going to be the factory stocks. Factory stock heat races coming down the chute. Give them a wave as they come down. Factory stocks sponsored by All In Designs. We've got 3 heat races for the factory stock division. 3 heat races. We've got 8 laps scheduled and 6 competitors in this first heat race, but this one will be a doozy. Lots of good competitors in this one. We've got the 7 of Aaron Letty in a new car starting out front. Outside of him, the 15L of Daniel Lopez. In row number 2, the 92R of Robert Keelik and the 24 of Paul Reyes. Row number 3, the 29K of Dylan Kowalik out of Lavernia. And the 91 of Jared Maupin. Jared Maupin in that chrome 91 knows how to get around this place fast. Don't look for him to stay in the back long. Keep an eye on that 91 machine. We'll see what he can do. So we got a new car, the number 7 up there, Aaron Letty, in a new machine. We're about ready to go green. Daniel Lopez and the 15L on the outside. We're going to give him one more pace lap. One more time by. Maybe doing a little track packing here. Trying to get that excess water packed into the track. Looks like we're picking up the pace now. All eyes on the number 7 machine, Aaron Letty. We'll see how that new car performs. He's in a tight position right there right on the pole in a new car, so hopefully he can hang on to it. Green flag in the air. Let's see how he does. 15 of Daniel Lopez jumps out to the early lead, gets around the 7 of Letty. Here comes the 91 of Maupin, passing 3 cars in the first 2 turns. The 24 of Paul Reyes now cuts him off on the bottom, and we got one around in turn number 3. That's Dylan Kowalik in the 29. We'll see if we have to throw a yellow. Still sitting up there in turn number 3. He finally gets it restarted, but we do have to throw the yellow flag. So the yellow comes out for the spinning 29, Dylan Kowalik. That's probably a smart play on his part, because now he gets to jump back to the back of the pack, whereas if he had spun it back around, he might have been about a lap down. So maybe a smart play there by the 29 to Dylan Kowalik to pull out the yellow flag so that he can catch back up to the rest of this field. But now our shakeup here is the 15 of Daniel Lopez. Going to have our first restart where he gets to jump out front. He's going to be the lone guy in the front row with our Texas-style restart. Row number 2 will be the 24 of Paul Reyes and the 91 of Jared Maupin. So the 15 of Daniel Lopez got a couple fast machines and fast drivers right hot on his tail. We'll see how he handles the pressure here with this restart. As soon as the yellow light goes out, he can start this race. So control of this race now in the hands of the 15L of Daniel Lopez. The yellow light is still out, so it looks like maybe there's a little bit of confusion on the order here. Looks like our race control is going to try to get these guys set in the right order. There we go, a little bit of a swap there. Aaron Letty being sent up to the front row. Paul Reyes in the 24 being moved back 1 spot. Looks like we might have things set now, so we'll watch that yellow light as it goes out. And there goes Daniel Lopez right on the tick of the yellow light going out. Here comes the 91 of Jared Maupin, not wasting any time, making a move on the bottom. Jared Maupin in the 91 blows by the 15 of Daniel Lopez. Looked like he had some trouble at the end of the straightaway. Fell off the pace, but here comes, check it out, folks, the 29 of Dylan Kowalik pulling up to the top 3 after bringing that yellow flag out. Dylan Kowalik in the 29 now battling with the 15 of Daniel Lopez. Oh, we got one around. Aaron Letty in turn number 2, spins it around. Looks like he gets it turned around. We stay green. 4 laps down, 4 more to go. 4 more laps in this heat race. '91 and Jared Maupin putting distance on the rest of this field, but here comes second, third, and fourth place. Got a good battle right there for that second position. 3 cars in a melee together. We got the black and yellow, the white and yellow, and the silver and yellow, all battling for second position. Laps continue to wind down. This will be 2 laps to go. This time around for the 91 of Jared Maupin. Daniel Lopez in the 15 still holding on to that second position, but now a battle between the 24 of Paul Reyes and the 29 of Dylan Kowalik. That made contact in turn number 3, but they held it together. They stay going the right direction. Gonna be the white flag lap. White flag out for the 91 of Jared Maupin. And there he goes, 1 more lap. Good battle right now for third position. Dylan Kowalik and Paul Reyes. Who's it going to be coming down to the checkered flag? Paul Reyes going to try to make a move on the bottom. He shifts down, diamonds off turn number 4, but not going to be enough. Dylan Kowalik in the 29, after a spin over there in turn number 3 and 4, salvages a third place in this first heat race for your factory stocks. So maybe a smart thing there from the 29, Dylan Kowalik, bringing out that yellow flag. He was able to make his way back up through the field and salvage a third place. We'll see what he can do in the feature race later on. Top 6 will redraw, so we're looking at the top 2 from each heat race. Top 2 from each heat race will redraw for the top 6 in the feature. And once again, some extra money down in the feature race for holding on to first place through the first few laps. So qualifying position will be important for the factory stocks later tonight if you want to get that extra cash. Heat race number 2 for your factory stock, sponsored by All In Designs. Scheduled to start the pole will be the 38K. Mr. Kinnaman trying to get that factory stock back in race order. Sonny Kinnaman had a birthday a couple days ago. So happy birthday to Sonny Kinnaman in the 38K, joining the rest of the pack. So it looks like we'll shake up our lineup a little bit. The 3D of Johnny Walker Brown will start on the pole. Outside of him, the HC Cameron Dinsmore. Row number 2 will be Casey Kraus and the 40 of Dakota Hurley. Dakota Hurley getting a car put back together. I believe that's a new chassis with a familiar body there. So Dakota Hurley back in action here at I-37 Speedway. Then we've got the 38, Sonny Kinnaman, and also scheduled for this race, the 44 of Austin Bean, but I don't see him out on the track. Looks like he's having some trouble with that factory stock. I noticed in hot laps, that was the car that let out all the bug spray, all that white smoke. So problems for the 44 of Austin Bean. Hopefully they can get that car back together, maybe for the feature race later tonight, but we'll see how it goes. So we get them stacked up. 5 cars. We're going to take them 8 laps in this heat race number 2. Factory stock sponsored by All In Designs. Our eyes are on the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown. Green flag in the air.
Go!
Good battle for second position. The 53 of Casey Kraus makes a move on the outside. Holds on to that second position, but here comes the 8C Cameron Dinsmore taking over the first lap. Cameron Dinsmore with a fast piece here tonight. Looks like we got one around the 38. Sonny Kinnaman stuck up there in turn number 4 in the infield. We'll see if we can get him restarted. Race officials going to check on Mr. Sonny there in the infield. Meanwhile, racers are spread out around the track. Cameron Dinsmore still holding on to the top spot. Little battle right now for third position between the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown and the 40 of Dakota Hurley. Dakota Hurley on the bottom, 3D Johnny Walker Brown gonna try to make the switcheroo on him in turn number 3 and 4. Not gonna happen. Dakota Hurley moved to the bottom of the track and took the real estate that Johnny Walker Brown was looking for, put that back bumper right in front of him, and now holds on to the third spot. Despite the weather being very, very dry and hot lately, it looks like our track has got some tack in it. So these factory stocks taking advantage of all of that moisture in the track right now, making for some very, very fast factory stock laps. White flag in the air for the 8C Cameron Dinsmore. Looks like he's going to hold on to this one easily, barring any catastrophe. The 53 of Casey Krause firmly in control of second place. Dakota Hurley in third, and the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown in fourth. The checkered flag comes out. They will finish in that order. So the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore and the 53 of Casey Krause going to enter into our redraw for the feature race later tonight.
Oh, sorry.
We're catching everything that you're saying. It's a good conversation. All right, heat race number 3 coming up for the factory stocks. I'll get your lineup out here. If you have my race pass, we've got our live timing feature up tonight. So if you want to check out how fast these cars are going and what the spread distance is on these factory stocks, check out my race pass and the live timing feature. You can check and see how fast these guys are going. Heat race number 3 coming down the chute. Give them a wave. This will be the only time that your favorite drivers can see you. Once they get out on the track, it's real hard to see up here in the stands. So starting on the pole, scheduled for the pole anyways, the 43 of Michael Keelick in a new car. I don't see him out on the track just yet, so he might be having some bugs in that new machine. Outside, row number 1 will be the 4D, the letter D of Dustin Hurley. Row number 2, the 20 of Mike Lyon, and the 66 of Johnny Torres. I also do not see Johnny Torres out there, so we'll see what happens. But row number 3 scheduled is the 41 of Franco Krulik and the 21R of Eric Ramos. So it looks like the lights are out. I believe this is the lineup we're going to go with. So row number 1 and row number 3. Row number 3 gets to move up and beat row number 2. Green flag in the hands of our flagman. We're going to pick up the throttle. Mike Lyon in the 20 going to get us started for heat race number 3. We're going to take the top 2 and put them into the redraw for our feature race later tonight. The top 6 are going to redraw. There goes the 4D of Dakota Hurley making a move on the bottom here in the first lap. Dakota Hurley going to take lap number 1. The 20 of Mike Lyon all over the back bumper of the 4D of Dakota Hurley, saying their pleasantries and hellos right there on the front stretch. Here comes the 41 of Franco Krulik, not afraid to throw it into turn number 3 and 4. The 20 of Mike Lyon moving up into that second position, but here comes Franco Krulik again on a charge. Gonna try to make a move on the bottom. There's a little bit of contact, but they play it safe for lap number 3. Franco Krulik got on the binders just in time, or else we would have saw maybe both of those cars spun around in the wrong direction. Lap number 4 coming around this time. Dakota Hurley in the red 4D machine. Still your leader for the moment. Franco Krulik getting a little loose coming out of turn number 2. He holds on to it. Trying to make another move on the bottom. Here he comes. Franco Krulik in the 41, yet again sliding that machine down into turns number 1 and 2. He throws it in there without regard, but he makes it stick. The track has got a little bit of tack in it. And he's making that machine stick even though he's throwing it in violently into those turns. Mike Lyon taking a little bit more of a conservative approach. A little bit more of a middle line up there in turn 3 and 4. Franco Krulik throwing it in on the bottom, still fighting for that second position as the white flag comes out. This is the last lap. Franco Krulik now tries something different. Moves up to the top side of the racetrack. We'll see if he can get a run. He's going to move from the top to the bottom. Gets a run coming out of turn 3 and 4. Can he do it? Not going to be enough. Franco Krulik trying everything that he could in that 41 machine to get around the 20 of Mike Lyon, but wasn't enough. The back bumper of that 20 machine, big, big, big tonight. So Mike Lyon enters into the redraw with his 20 machine. He'll be in the top 6, somewhere in the top 6 for our feature race later tonight. But a good run right there for the 4D of Dustin Hurley. Firmly in control of that race from wire to wire. So hopefully he'll have a good position for the feature race later tonight. Here comes the Sport Compacts. We got 2 heat races scheduled for the Sport Compacts. Heat race number 1. Coming down the chute, give him a wave. Starting on the pole, the 35 of John Thomas. The VW Sirocco out there. On the outside of him, the 21T of Sean Tracy in that green Chevy Cobalt. Row number 2, the bright pink 76Y, that's Donald Lewis. And outside of him with a new motor, well, we'll say new to that car, new motor in the 28, Levi Hernandez, who lost a motor in the last race. They put a new one in, and here he is tonight through his hard work and effort, showing up in row number 2. Row number 3, look out, it's the Silver Bullet, the 33 of Jamie Garner, our points leader. And outside of him, the 12 of Ronnie Schoenfeld. Ronnie Schoenfeld in that blue and white and orange Chevy Cobalt. We know that thing can be fast in the right hands. We'll see if he's got the right hands here tonight. Lights are going to go out around the track. Control of the start of this race in the hands of the 35 of John Thomas. We'll catch him coming out of turn number 4. And they pick up the pace, the 35. Little slow to the gas. He gets passed by 3 cars. The 28, Levi Hernandez, jumps out to the early lead, catches some traction over there in turn number 2. Here comes the 76 of Donald Lewis on the bottom in that bright pink Chevrolet Cavalier. Donald Lewis on the bottom trying to make it stick right around the hub of this racetrack. Looks like he lost a little bit of power coming out of the turn number 2 and down the backstretch. I got the 21T of Sean Tracy taking over the second spot.
now sets his sights on the 28 of Levi Hernandez. Here comes the 76Y of Donald Lewis on a charge coming out of turn number 2. Makes it stick this time. Donald Lewis and Sean Tracy side by side coming out of turn number 4. Give that lap to the pink car, 76 of Donald Lewis. Oh, he makes contact with the 28 of Hernandez. Hernandez fell way off the pace in turn number 1 there. Not sure what might be going on with that 28 machine. It's got a new motor in it, but it looks like it lost a lot of pace in that lap. Hernandez falls back to 3rd. The 76Y, Donald Lewis, takes over the lead. Donald Lewis and the 76 have got that thing wound up about as tight as it can go. The 12 of Ronnie Schoenfeld exits the track off of the back pit exit. Whoa, the 21T Sean Tracy gets a little sideways in turn number 3. He holds on to it. And now we got a yellow. Looks like we might have some debris on the track. Race officials on the backstretch checking out the debris. We definitely want to make sure that the racetrack is safe for these competitors. You don't want to catch something on the racetrack and throw it up into somebody else's race car. So we will have yet another Texas-style restart. The 76Y of Donald Lewis jumps out to the lead, and then the second row will be Sean Tracy and the 28 of Levi Hernandez. Looks like some of these guys may be a tad unfamiliar with the Texas-style restart. That or they're confused at where they're supposed to be. A little bit of lineup confusion here. We'll get our race officials figuring these guys out and get them set in the right order. Seems like a little bit of trepidation and uncertainty out there on where the competitors are supposed to be, so we might need yet another lap to get these guys figured out. Looks like we're gonna let these guys go as is. So a little bit of a confusion there, but it looks like the 76Y knows where he's supposed to be. And as the lights go out, he will have control of when we start the rest of this heat race. And Tracy in the 21 seems a little bit confused. He's not supposed to be up there in the front row. He's supposed to be in row number 2. So he cannot pass the leader of the race before the leader starts the race. But I applaud the effort. He's doing everything he can to get that car up to the front. He's just trying to do it under the yellow flag instead of the green flag. Well, we'll get this figured out one way or another. There goes the 21 of Tracy. We're going to have to do this go-kart style. We're just going to stop them all right here on the front stretch, tell them exactly where to go. All right. I think we got it. We just needed to pack the track in a little bit more. That's all that was. A little bit more track packing with the 6-inch tires. We got it figured out. Lights are out around the track. Donald Lewis in the 76Y in control. He'll get to pick when to start. And there he goes. He picks up the throttle in turn number 3. Here comes the 28. Levi Hernandez trying to make a move on the outside. 33 of Jamie Garner moves up to the top 2. Now maybe making a move on the lead. Good battle right there for first position. No, we got one around in turn number 3. The 21 of Tracy. We'll see if he can get off the track fast enough before we have to throw another yellow. It looks like he might be high-sided. And unfortunately, the yellow comes out. Bad luck. He was trying everything he could. He got high-sided on the berm up there on turn number 3. But we do now have a shakeup from our previous lineup. Now the 28 of Levi Hernandez might have taken over the lead when the yellow flag came out. So we'll see what the lineup looks like now. We started with 6, now we're down to 4. So hopefully the lineup won't be that hard to figure out. Trying to make things fair, trying to make sure everybody, you know, is in the right place. Looks like our lineup will be okay. Lights are out. Levi Hernandez now in control of heat race for the Sport Compacts. Green flag in the air. He takes off back in the back row. And here we go, coming down to the flag stand. Levi Hernandez found a little bit more power in that 28 machine. He's trying to hold off the rest of this field. Oh, look out. The 76Y. Donald Lewis got a little bit of bug spray coming out of that big machine. Seems to have gone away for the moment. But you can tell ever so slightly, just a little bit of smoke coming out of that 76 machine. We'll see if it gets better. Usually it doesn't. Checkered flag for the 28 of Levi Hernandez, but what a good battle right there. The 33 of Jamie Garner came up from the back in this one and made a play for the lead. He was within a bumper coming down to the checkered flag. A good effort right there in that silver 33 machine of Jamie Garner. Making a tough pass there at the end of the race. 76Y, Donald Lewis letting some smoke out of that machine as well. We'll see what happens in the feature race later. Got another heat race coming down for the Sport Compacts. Give them a wave, here they come. Starting on the pole, the blue and white and orange 32, that's Joshua Garcia. Outside of him will be the pink and teal 43 of Jennifer Kidd.
row number 2, the 70 of Rod Tate. And to his outside, the 88 of Justin Sitterly. Justin Sitterly in that 88 machine, always fast. Keep an eye on that one. Speaking of fast, the Fireball, Riker Hernandez in the 55 machine, bringing up row number 3. And then returning to a Sport Compact, the 14 of Brandon McCall. That red 14 Chevy Cavalier in the back. We'll see what he can do with it, see if he remembers how to race a Sport Compact. Our lineup is set. We're going to take them 8 laps. Josh Garcia on the pole and in control of the start of this race. Jeremy Hernandez eyes them coming out of turn number 4, and there they go. Big puff of smoke comes out of that 32 machine on the start of this race. Here comes the 70 of Rod Tate all over his back bumper. 55 of Riker Hernandez passes 3 cars on his way to the lead. Oh my goodness, look out. The 70 of Rod Tate sending a message, jumping over the infield tractor tire. My goodness, Rod Tate wants this second lap real bad, folks. Here comes the 55 of Riker Hernandez to his outside. Oh, a little contact made with the 70 of Tate. Coming out of turn number 4, Hernandez takes over that second position. Rod Tate falls back to 3rd. Here comes the 88 of Justin Sitterly. Now Justin Sitterly in the 88, letting some smoke out of that machine. We're halfway, 4 laps down, 4 more to go. The 32 of Josh Garcia still holding on to the lead for the moment. The 55 of Riker Hernandez now comes under fire from the 88 of Justin Sitterly. They almost get together in turn number 2. Sitterly gets on the binders, now spins. Oh, big hit. Takes off the back bumper of the 88 of Sitterly. The 70 of Rod Tate. And there goes the front bumper on the front stretch. We got to throw the yellow for that one. Rod Tate had nowhere to go, could not avoid the 88 of Justin Sitterly as he spun getting into turn number 3. Man, these Sport Compacts, I tell you what, these guys are battling tonight. The rear bumper of the 88 of Justin Sitterly comes off there on the front stretch. Now, I'm not saying that there was a lot of protection back there, but now the back end of that 88 is wide open. So we'll see what happens. I believe the 88 will probably be charged with bringing out that yellow flag, so he'll have to go to the back of the pack. So Justin Sitterly moves to the back for that spin in turn number 3. We'll get them set up side by side yet again. Check it out, the 14 of Brandon McCall has moved up to the top 3. The 55 of Riker Hernandez now right behind your race leader, the 32 of Josh Garcia. This track definitely to that 32 machine's liking for the moment. Josh Garcia in firm control of this race. Here comes the 55 of Riker Hernandez, going to try to make a move on the bottom side of this track. Not going to happen this time around. Lots of dust being kicked up in turn number 2. These guys trying to make the bottom side of the track work. Oh, lots of white smoke coming out of the 88 of Sitterly.
Look out, the 70 of Rod Tate almost goes around in turn number 4. Checkered flag coming out now for the 32 of Josh Garcia, picking up the heat race win, followed by the 55 of Riker Hernandez. Then the 14 of Brandon McCall. Justin Sitterly in the 88 jumps up to your top 4. And Rod Tate, Mr. Turtle in the 70, rounds out your top 5. Looks like a little water going down on the go-kart track. Gonna try to keep the dust down up there on the go-kart track for our feature races during intermission. Well, coming up next, we're going to give them a couple laps to pack the track in, but this will be the IMCA Modifieds. IMCA Modifieds, sponsored by Price Chevrolet. Price Chevrolet making sure these IMCA Modifieds have a good contingency prize. These guys have been on board all season long for the IMCA Modified class. So if you're in the market for a newer used vehicle, make sure you check out the Price Chevrolet family of dealerships. This is going to be a first heat race for the IMCA Modifieds. A good little batch of modifieds here in this first heat race. Starting on the pole, the 28 of Marlon Sanford. Outside of him, the 16 of Landon Bednars. Row number 2, the 44X of Brandon Welker. And outside of him, the 8JR, driven tonight by Greg Dinsmore. Usually Logan Dinsmore in that machine, but he's taken a little time off, recovering from a little accident he got into. So we wish Logan the best tonight as he recovers. But Greg Dinsmore in that machine tonight. Row number 3, we've got the 5R of Ryan Doyon, your points leader. And the 89C of Stephen Whitaker Jr. Stephen Whitaker Jr. always got a target on his back when he comes here to I-37. He's always fast. So watch out for the 89C. He's going to be looking to jump up to the lead real quick in this heat race. Our flag man, Mr. Jeremy Hernandez, is going to show him one time, this time by. One more lap, and we're going to get this IMCA modified race started. '28 of Marlon Sanford. Starting on the pole. Hey, folks, the sun's almost down. You got to feel that cool breeze to your back. We're going to have to turn on these lights pretty soon. How about that? All eyes on the 28 machine of Marlon Sanford as he brings them down into turn 3 and 4. Green flag waves. Here we go. IMCA modified heat race number 1. The 16 of Landon Bednars jumps out to the early lead. Here comes the 8JR, Greg Dinsmore. Gonna make it 2-3 wide, getting into turn number 3. Stephen Whitaker Jr. gonna work on the bottom, collects the infield tractor tire. Whitaker Jr. gets a good run coming off of turn number 2, passes 2 cars on his way to the front. He sets his sights on the 16 to Landon Bednars. This is lap number 2. Whitaker Jr. making the top work on the previous lap. Now this time making it work on the bottom. Here he comes, taking over the lead in lap number 3. Lap number 4 coming around. Stephen Whitaker Jr. not looking back. There he goes. Oh, we got 2 around in turn number 2. They do a side-by-side do-si-do. Up in turn number 2, we got to throw the yellow. Caution comes out. The 28 of Marlon Sanford and the 5 of Ryan Doyon made contact up in turn number 1. It got a little crazy coming around. And our picture taker out there, Mr. Jay Halas, got a good picture of that one right there as the 2 of those spun around up in turn number 2. It'll be interesting to say who that was the fault of. I believe the 28 of Marlon Sanford might get the call on this one. Made contact with the rear end of the number 5 as it got around in turn number 1. Both of those guys were towards the back of the pack, so it's not going to be a huge lineup change for those 2. 89C Stephen Whitaker Jr. was firmly in control of this race, but now he's going to get collected back up with the rest of this pack. That's going to put the 8JR of Greg Densmore right on his back bumper. The lineup appears to be good. We may go lights out this time by. Stephen Whitaker Jr. going to be in control of this one. He picks up the pace on the backstretch, and there he goes. The 5R, Brian Doyon, going to try to make a play for 3rd place. Not going to happen this time around. Whitaker Jr. yet again not looking back. He's got that 89 machine wound up tight tonight. I didn't even hear him lift. '89C Stephen Whitaker, do you even lift, bro? As he comes around to the white flag, no, he does not. All the way through, not lifting the throttle one bit. Whitaker Jr. coming around to the checkered flag. And he takes this one easily. Greg Densmore in the 8JR picks up 2nd position. The 5 of Ryan Doyon takes over 3rd from Landon Bednarz in the 16. I'll tell you what, folks, there's some moisture in the track tonight. The track is hammered down, according to Stephen Whitaker Jr. You could hear the motor in that 89C machine all the way around the track. Another heat race for the IMCA Modifieds coming out. Six more cars take to the track for heat race number 2 for the IMCA Modifieds, sponsored by Price Chevrolet. Starting on the pole will be the 56 of Gilbert Amesquita. Outside of him, the 77 of Robert Lease Jr. Row number 2, the 53 double X, that's Chandler Fox. And outside of him will be the 48R of Raymond McSpadden. Row number 3, the 94, the handyman, Chris Morris, joining us here in Pleasanton, Texas. Picked up a win at Heart of Texas Speedway last night. We'll see if he can continue his run of good luck for the weekend. And in the orange 22Z, that's Darrell Boyd. Darrell Boyd in the 22Z lines up outside of Chris Morris in the back row. We're going to get these guys packing in the top side of the track, trying to get some two-lane racing going on. We'll try to get that top side packed in a little bit more. Track officials making adjustments to the infield tractor tires out there as well. I think a few of those infield tractor tires took a couple hits earlier in these heat races, so they got moved around a little bit. The racers will tell you that those tractor tires move on their own. I don't know if I believe that, but I have seen some tractor tires move tonight, so we'll see if that trend continues. The acronym for the infield tractor tire spells something that the racers might like. I'm not going to spell it out for you, but here we go. Lights are out around the track. Green flag waves in the air. Gilbert Amasquita picks up the throttle. Here comes the 77 of Robert Lease, but oh my goodness, look out. The 48 of Raymond McSpadden shot out of a cannon. Coming out of turn number 2, he takes over the lead here in this first lap. Raymond McSpadden not wasting any time. Here comes the 94 of Chris Morris working his way up to the top as well. He moves up to the top side of the track. Lap number 2 counts down. Chris Morris has got a long way to go before he catches up to that 48 R machine. We'll see if he can do it. And that quickly, we are 4 laps down, 4 more to go. We're already halfway through this heat race. Sounds like the 56 of Gilbert Amasquita's got some problems with that one. Maybe didn't tighten down the distributor as tight as he should have. Gilbert Amasquita getting down to the back there, the pit exit. Can he get off the track? It looks like he does. And the yellow flag comes out. Now I can't see it from here, but I'm going to assume that that means the 56 of Gilbert Amasquita did not make it all the way back to the pits. Sounded like he had a distributor come loose. That machine lost fire real quick. Started spitting out raw flames from the headers. That's what you want to see at a drag strip, but not here at a circle track. You don't want to see flames coming out of the headers here in one of these machines. That definitely signals some big problems under the hood of that 56 machine. So we're going to get these guys stacked back up. Well, it's definitely not what the 48R of Raymond McSpadden wanted to see. Not with that big of a lead. But guess what? Here we are. This is what he's got to deal with. The 94 of Chris Morris pulls up to his back bumper. And we've got a couple laps to go. So the 48R, Raymond McSpadden, going to have to hold off the hard-charging 94 machine for a couple more laps. We'll see if he can do it. Green flag in the air. Raymond McSpadden wasting no time getting on the throttle there. Here comes Chris Morris. Let's see what he can do with it. Chris Morris had to get off the throttle just a little bit in turn number 2. Caught a little bit of that loose stuff on the bottom in turn number 2. White flag coming out for the 48. Raymond McSpadden. Can he hold on to it? Half a lap to go. The 48 of Raymond McSpadden coming to the checkered flag, and it looks like that's how we're going to finish. The 48R are going to take the victory. The 94 Chris Morris picks up second. The 53 XX Chandler Fox picks up third. 77 Robert Lee's fourth. And the 22 Z of Daryl Boyd picks up the 5th position in this heat race. Once again, the IMCA Modifieds, sponsored by Price Chevrolet. We're going to go ahead and send our next class down the chute. And guess what, folks? It's the big bad late models coming down back at I-37 Speedway. I tell you what, folks, this track here tonight is a late model dream. The tacky track that's holding in the moisture is exactly what these late models want to see, because they can literally hold the pedal down all the way around this track. They've got all that traction, those big, fluffy 12 to 14-inch tires on the back. These guys are going to make use of all of that traction here in the heat race. So heat race number 1, we're going to get these guys to pack in the top side of the track a little bit more, trying to make for some 2 and 3 wide racing action. While I have a moment, I want to announce a couple special birthday wishes here. So happy birthday yet again to Sonny Kinnaman, celebrating with us tonight. Also, Johnny Torres has a birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, Johnny, from your special couple ladies in your life. Happy birthday, Johnny. And then also celebrating here with us tonight, Harrison Walker, turning 12. Glad you're celebrating here with us at I-37 Speedway. Glad you guys made it out for a good show with these late models. I am excited to see what these late models can do getting around this track. So we're going to set the lineup. The lights are out. Lineup looks good. The 57 of Jason Kelly going to lead him around. Ryan McDonald to his outside in the 5. Barry Quaid and Landon Souter in row 2. And your points leader, Brandon Brzezowski, and the 42 of Ron Sprague bringing up the back row. Good to see Ron Sprague back in a late model tonight. Here we go. They get a good run coming out of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Here comes the 5 of Ryan McDonald, going to try to take the early lead, and he does. Here comes the 19 of Barry Quaid on the bottom. Barry Quaid sets his sights on the 5 of McDonald. The 5 of McDonald working his way around the top side of this track. That's a little bit different look. A good 3-wide battle at the back of the pack there. That's for 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. Oh, the 19 of Barry Quaid gets a little crossed up in turn number 2. He's got to get on the binders. Gives the lead back over to the 5 of Brian McDonald, who's still working his way around the top side of this track. Here comes the 42 of Ron Sprague. Got to get on the binders. as he comes up to the back bumper of the 19 real fast. Here comes Ron Sprague, going to try to make a battle for second. Two more laps to go, that fast. We've gone 8 laps. 2 more laps to go for the late models. McDonald and Quaid come around side by side. Oh, contact! We got one around in turn number 4. The yellow flag comes out. Barry Quaid in the 19 was trying to make a move on your leader, made contact with your leader, and spun it around in turn number 4. He's going to have to go to the back of the pack. Barry Quaid had too much momentum getting into turn number 4. Couldn't hold on to it. Couldn't get on the binders fast enough. And we have our first yellow flag for these late models. So one might think, well, that's a good thing for the 5 of McDonald because that means his competition's now in the back of the pack. But I got to tell you what, the 10 of Brandon Brzezowski, he's your points leader. He's won a few races out here in I-37. He's going to be some stiff competition for this green-white checkered finish to this race. So Brandon Brzezowski lines up right behind the 5 of Ryan McDonald. Actually, he lines up on the bottom, so he's got a clear view to the front of this race. 10-4, Brandon Brzezowski. We pick up the green flag coming out of the backstretch, and here we go. Keep an eye on that 10-4 machine. Here they come. Brandon Brzezowski trying to make it work on the bottom, and there he goes down the backstretch. Pulls out in front of your leader, but we got an infield tractor tire right in turn number 4. They move around it, and we stay green. Brandon Brzezowski, what did I tell you, folks? Here he comes to the checkered flag. The 10-4 machine from Lavernia, Texas, picks up the heat race win. Ryan McDonald in the 5 machine put up a good fight for most of that heat race. And I bet you he thought he had a good deal when that yellow flag came out for his main competition, sending Barry Quaid to the back. But Brandon Brzezowski taking advantage of that yellow flag and coming up with a heat race win. Woo! These late models are fun to watch, folks, I tell you what. Heat race number 2 coming down the chute. Five more late models coming to the track. We're going to take them 8 laps. Starting on the pole, the 1X of Andrew Hessler III. I got to mention, Andrew Hessler, previous track champion in the late models here at I-37 Speedway. He knows how to get around here. He's had a little trouble with that machine, but every time he comes out, he gets a little bit better, knocking that rust off. We'll see what he can do tonight, the 1X of Andrew Hessler. Outside of him will be the 77 of Mark Taylor. Row number 2 will be the 53X of Matt Fox. And second in points will be the 12 of Cody Hardage. Right there in the second row, Cody Hardage, second in points here in the late models at I-37 Speedway. And we'll bring it up the back of this one. It's the 9 of Ray Doyon. And you never know what you're going to get with that 9 machine. The previous owner of that 9 machine told Ray that in order to drive that machine, you just can't lift. You just can't lift in that machine, and that's what makes it fast. But we've got a track tonight. Well, I'm just going to say, we'll see what he can do with it. If he can get around this place without lifting, And he's going to have a fast piece on his hands. We're lights out. We're going to take him green flag this time by. The 1X of Andrew Hessler in control of the start of this race. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Late model round number 2. Oh, the 9 gets into the back of the 53. Had nowhere to go. The 53 loses a little bit of momentum in turn number 2. The 9 tries the outside now. The 1X of Andrew Hessler holding on to the lead, but here comes the 12 of Cody Hardage. Picks up second position over the 77 of Mark Taylor. He clips the infield tractor tire. And goes around the outside. There goes the 12 of Cody Hardage, making a big move on the outside. Now he's in control of this race. Here comes the 9 of Ray Doyon trying to make a move on the outside of the 1X of Andrew Hessler. That is the battle for second position. Woo! He scraped the front stretch wall. Ray Doyon in that 9 machine, a little damage to the right, or the right rear quarter panel as he made contact with the front stretch wall. Six laps down, 2 more to go for the 12 of Cody Hardage. Hardage gets a little loose coming out of turn number 2, but it doesn't look like it slowed his momentum much. He's still in control of this race as the white flag comes out. Checkered flag out now for the 12 of Hardage. He's going to pick up the win. The 9 of Ray Doyon picks up second place. And it's a battle for third coming down to the checkered flag. Give it to the 1X of Andrew Hessler. 1X of Hessler. Good battle right there for that third position. Looks like the 9 of Ray Doyon stuck up there in turn number 2. Not sure what's wrong with that machine, but we'll find out. But I believe that's going to do it for the first portion. Make sure to run over to our souvenir booth to get your 50-50 tickets. Souvenir booth 50-50 tickets. We're going to close down that ticket draw in just a few minutes. So make sure to stop by, get your 50-50 tickets, get some tokens for the concession stand, get yourself a cold drink. We're going to run the go-karts during intermission, and we'll be back in a few minutes to start our feature races. Daryl Boyd, the driver of the 22Z, has got some souvenirs for you. If you'd like a little squishy ball, a little stress ball there, raise your hand. He's going to throw out some stress balls. Daryl Boyd, driver of the 22Z IMCA Modified. You can go check out that car. I believe he's got some hats and shirts at his pit booth later on tonight after the races are finished. So check out that car. Check out what the IMCA Modifieds are all about. We're going to throw some tunes on the radio as we get these go-karts out here. We'll check back with you in just a few minutes. All right, if you missed the souvenirs, he's got more after the races, so check out the 22Z pit after the races. You can go into the pits
after the races, just be careful. There's some hot exhausts. Make sure you don't touch the cars. But check out the races, or check out the pits after the races finish.
It's a hard time to fight when the walls are closing in. Call it what you like. It's time you got to win. Lonely, lonely, lonely. Your spirit's sinking down. You find you're not the only stranger in this town. Red lights, green lights, stop and go jive. Headlines, deadlines, jamming your mind. You've been stealing shots from the side. Let your feelings go for There's danger out tonight. The man is on the prowl. Get the dynamite. The boys are set to prowl. Lonely is the night when you hear the voices call. Are you ready for a fight? Do you wanna take it all? Slow down, showdown, waiting online. Showtime, no time for changing your mind. Streets are ringing, march to the sound. Let your secrets follow you down. Somebody's watching you, baby. So much you can do. Nobody's stopping you, baby, from making it two. One glance will show you now, baby, what the music can do. One kiss will show you now, baby, it can happen to you. No more sleeping, wasting our time. Midnight creeping's first on our mind. No more lazing around the TV. You'll go crazy, come out with me. You show us everything you've got. You keep on dancing and the rhythm gets hot. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You say you wanna go for a spin. The party's just begun, we'll let you in. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You keep on shining.
All right, folks, here's what I need. I need about 4 or 5 kids that want to come help us with our factory stock draw. 5. 5 kids. I got. Well, there's already one right there. 5. We got 4 hands right here. We got a couple more. Why don't we get drivers, come pick out a kiddo. Come grab a hand here. We got plenty of kiddos up here now. This is going to be our factory stock redraw. The top 2 in each heat going to get to redraw for the top 6 in our feature race. There's a little bit of money involved for lap winners. Whoever's in the first position for some of the laps will get $10 each lap. They are in the lead. So, a little bit of extra money on the line. I think we got our 6. Watch the mud out there. You might get a little mud in your shoes. All right, I think we got kiddos picked out for each one. We're going to get a picture. Everybody smile. Smile. Make it look like you're having some fun out there. You control the destiny for some of these factory stock drivers. We're going to get one more picture up here. Everybody smile real quick. One more picture. There she goes. Everybody get a good smile in there. Show us that you've been brushing your teeth. Oh, I see a few of them maybe haven't been brushing their teeth. I don't know. I see some gingivitis. All right, we've got some cards down on the ground. We're going to send these kiddos to pick up one of the cards, and their driver is going to get that starting position. Now, wait a minute. What number is that? 9. I thought it was top 6. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Numbers are hard. Numbers are real hard. All right. Number 6 for Jared Maupin. He will start in the 6th position. Cameron Dinsmore up next. His fate in the hands of some young girl. What number is it? Number 4. Cameron Dinsmore going to start in position number 4 for the feature race later tonight. We're still looking for that number 1 position. And number 5, Dustin Hurley in the number 5. Dustin Hurley will start 5. That means 1 and 2 are up next. Who's it going to be? There's number 2. Number 2 for Daniel Lopez. And that means starting in the top spot. Oh, wait, there's 2 more out there. There's 2 more. I can't see. Here we go. What number is it? Number 3. Number 3. And does he even have to draw? We know who it's going to be. Number 1. There it is. For Mike Lyon in the 20 machine, going to start on the pole for the factory stocks. Mike Lyon in the 20 going to make that bumper real big. I was talking with Mike earlier, and he put these special extensions on his back bumper. He's got an extra 6 inches on the left and the right on that back bumper, so he's going to go move those out. All right, here's what we got. We got the 50-50 drawing. You guys are feeling extra lucky tonight. $190. That'll get you a few gallons of gas. $190 in our first 50-50 drawing. We need a kiddo. Was there a kiddo around here? Oh, we got one right here.
She got sticky fingers.
Oh, she got sticky fingers.
Yeah.
Make sure you get just one. We need just one ticket. One ticket for the $190 50-50 drawing. Here it comes. It's a pink ticket. Pink ticket number 454829. 454829. If you have that pink ticket, come and see me. $190. We're going to send you home with some money. Pink ticket number 454829. Check your pink tickets. I heard a woo. I heard a woo. Is there a woo?
Is that a woo? Are you a woo?
Is that a woo or a whoa?
It's up there.
Up where?
No, no. You said no.
No?
Your mom or what? You want her to win?
All right, I'm going to call the number one more time. Ticket number 454829. Pink ticket number 454829. We're going to put an expiration date on this ticket number.
We'll hold it till after we draw this.
All right, we're going to draw a second number.
Hold on. See, we came up.
This is for the second 50-50 drawing. This is a $100 American Express gift card. $100 American Express gift card. Pink ticket number 454565. 454565. If you have that pink ticket number, come and see me. I've got a $100 American Express gift card. I hear I've got one coming. Do I hear a woo or a whoa? Hey, 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 there he comes. Now, wait a minute. Let me make sure this is right. I don't know if I can trust your eyeballs there. Yep, 454565. You got it. Taking home $100. Congratulations. The pickup in the first turn.
They better run.
Well, they better hurry because we're putting an expiration date on this one. We're going to go back to our first ticket. First ticket, 454829. 454829. Come and see me. If you have that ticket number, you need to come and see me. I would hate to give this money to somebody else.
Oh, headlights flashing.
Somebody flashing headlights over there? Is everything okay down there in turn number 1?
Wait, tell them if you can hear me, flash 3 times. See if it works.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear me. If you can hear me with the truck over there and you've got the winning ticket number, flash your headlights 3 times.
Now you know what?
All
No, that was 4. That was 4 times. Oh, okay, 3. 3 times. She's here. You made it. You made it. Well, I tell you what, it's going to be worth it. Let me see your ticket. Let's make sure this is fair. 454829. You got it. I hope the run was worth it.
Heck yeah.
God, you kept saying you were going to give it to somebody else.
You gotta send the young'un to run.
We made it. You made it. Congratulations. Thanks for coming out to see us at I-37 Speedway, where you got a chance to go home with more money than you started with if you get in that 50-50 drawing.
Seen the headlights blink.
I saw the headlights. They were blinking. That was pretty creative there, getting our attention with the headlights. All right, we got some more go-kart races coming out. The youngsters of our sport learning how to race against each other. And here come the adult Predator carts. Adult Predator carts coming out to the Speedway. These guys, they can get a little Western out there. As you notice, the bodies on those carts are a little beat up. That's because these guys are known to throw sliders and throw elbows. So this will be a fun one to watch. We'll throw some tunes on the radio as they get to racing.
All right, we're just about ready to get back to racing action. Make it back to your seats here pretty quick. I'm just going to announce we've got several more races for our 2022 schedule. August 20th will be our next race, August 20th. No, wait, today's August 20th. I don't do calendars too good. August 27th, Dwarf Cars will be the feature on August 27th, so we'll be back next week. Then after that, September 17th will be our only race in September. September 17th, back with the late models. Then we have our points race October 1st And then the next week after that will be the end of the points championship, October 8th. And October 8th, we will have the E-Mods out here with us. October 29th, we have scheduled our Redneck Stress Relief. Lots of fun here for the Redneck Stress Relief. And then November 4th and 5th, the DTK Memorial, our big end-of-year show, November 4th and 5th. So mark your calendars, or if you're not real good with calendars like I am, just check out the I-37 Facebook page or i37speedway.com. You can check out all the points battles. You can check out all the latest news and our upcoming race dates. So stay up to date on all of that good information. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more race dates for this season. 6 more. Put them in your schedule. Come back and see us out here. Hopefully the weather will get a little bit cooler towards the end of the season. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Is the weather any cooler up there, Mr. Jeremy? I don't think he can. How's the weather up there? Dirty? It's dirty. Well, at least you got the breeze to your back. You got the dust blowing in the opposite direction. Like I said, we're about ready to go green flag feature racing. So make your way back to your seats. We're going to start off with the limited modifieds and their feature race. Limited modifieds coming up. I'll give you our feature race lineup order here since I have a moment of time. Starting on the pole from China Grove, Texas, will be the 14 of Trent Beaver. Outside of him, another number 14, the 14 JR. That's James Cole from San Antonio, Texas. They will make up your first row. Row number 2, you saw the car out here with the go-karts. I don't know if he was using that like as a like a golf cart or something, but he brought his limited modified out here to race with the go-karts. It didn't work, but you know. But the BD2 of Daniel Preston from Corpus Christi will be on the inside of row number 2, and outside of him, the number 77, also from Corpus Christi. So a couple of Corpus Christi buddies there. Cody Beto in the 77 machine. They'll make up row number 2. Row number 3 will be the 95S, Sterling Tausch. He is your points leader here at I-37 Speedway. And outside of him will be the young man from Corpus Christi, Nathan Titzman. Nathan Titzman in the 1T, the red 1T machine. And bringing up the final row in this limited modified feature race sponsored by Swinson Race Products will be the 95 of Jeff Markert, also from Corpus Christi, Texas. And the 91 of Jack Lewis from Temple, Texas. So here they come, limited modifieds for their feature race. Give them a wave as they come down the chute. Limited Modifieds have taken to the track for their feature race. We're going to take them 20 laps. 20 laps is going to be the distance. 15 laps is going to be the distance. '15 laps for the Limited Modified, sponsored by Swinson Race Products.
Swenson Race Products signed on all season long for the limited modified division. Thank you, Swenson Race Products. Lights are out around the track. We're going to go green flag this time by. All eyes on the 14, the purple and orange 14 of Trent Beaver. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. Oh my goodness, we're 3 wide coming out of turn number 2. Big battle for the lead. That's Daniel Preston right alongside the 14. He falls back to row number 2. 3 wide yet again. That battle for second place. Cody Beto moves around on the top side of the track. Cody Beto not often found on the top side of the track, but there he goes. Cody Beto, an old veteran. Well, no, he's not old, but he's a veteran of asphalt racing. So he's more familiar with running on the bottom side of the track, but tonight he's on the top. Oh my goodness, the BD2, Daniel Preston, falls off the pace, pulls off into the infield. We'll check on the BD2 of Daniel Preston to see if his night is done, but it's not looking good for the BD2 machine here tonight. The 14 of Trent Beaver kind of running the middle of the track there. Cody Beto running just about a half a lane higher. Cody Beto in the 77, still trying to track down your leader, Trent Beaver in the 14. Racers are spread out around the track. We're halfway, 7 laps down, and 8 more to go. Here comes Nathan Titzman in the one machine, that bright red machine, trying to make it work on the bottom. Looks like he's got that machine set up for the bottom, and he's making it work. He's tracking down the 77 of Cody Beto. Lap by lap, he gets a little bit closer each time. Looks like lap traffic might become a factor here late in this race. The 91 of Jack Lewis being tracked down quickly by your leader, the 14 of Trent Beaver. Let's see what happens with this lap traffic. Trent Beaver makes a decisive move to the bottom of the track, sends the 95 up to the top. We got one around in turn number 2. One around in turn number 2. Look out. The 77 of Cody Beto's got to get on the binders. One stuck up at the top of turn number 2. And there's the yellow flag. So the yellow flag comes out. The 14 of James Cole was stuck up on the top of turn number 2 for a couple laps there. We finally call the yellow flag out to get these guys slowed down. Trent Beaver will be your leader, but now the 1X of Nathan Titzman looks to be in the second position for the moment, but we will see how they are scored by our officials.
for the moment, it does appear that Nathan Titzman will hold on to that second spot right behind the 14 of Beaver. So Nathan Titzman, the benefactor of that yellow flag coming out at the time that it did. The 1T, Nathan Titzman from Corpus Christi, Texas, going to choose the bottom for this restart. He will get to choose where to start. He was running the bottom side of the track, and that was what was working for him. So he'll send the 77 of Cody Beto up to the top of the track. I believe the lights are going to go out this time by. So the 14 of Trent Beaver, there he goes. He takes off down the back stretch, wasting no time getting back to the green flag. Here they come. Here comes Nathan Titzman on the bottom. Titzman and Beto side by side, the two from Corpus Christi battling each other for second and third position. There goes the 1T, Nathan Titzman on the bottom. Who's it going to be coming to the flag stand? Give it to Beto that time by. Beto scored in the second position at the flag stand. Oh, the 14 of James Cole gets a little crossed up. Coming out of turn 2, he takes the shortcut through the infield. 2 more laps to go. Two more laps to go, and all eyes will be on the 1T of Nathan Titzman to see where he has scored. Coming down to the flag stand, he's working his way on the bottom of the track. He will get the second position. Now he pulls up alongside your race leader. Using the bottom side of this track, will he have enough real estate to reel in the 14 of Trent Beaver? Here comes the checkered flag, not going to be enough time. Trent Beaver in the 14 machine from China Grove, Texas, jumps out to the early lead and never looks back. It was not enough time for the 1T of Nathan Titzman to get it done, but he showed some good strength coming late in that race, but ultimately not enough time. We're going to talk to Trent Beaver in just a second as soon as we get him out of that car. Trent Beaver picks up the win tonight here at I-37 Speedway. He started on the front row and never looked back. We'll talk to that young man as soon as he gets out of the car. Lots of safety equipment to unlatch and unravel there. The helmet, all sorts of seat belts and Hans devices and stuff like that. We got to make sure these drivers are safe in these cars. Race officials helping him out. There he is, folks. He can hear you. The young man, Trent Beaver from China Grove, picking up a win here tonight. Trent Beaver, you started on the front row and you started on the top. Tell us, how was this track tonight? Was it to your liking?
I was just trying to get to the top as fast as I can. I knew there was moisture when I walked the track, so I was just trying to roll to the top, and I think it should be good.
Now, we didn't see a lot of battles because you just kind of blew everybody's doors off, but you had a little bit of a battle there with the other 14 machine of James Cole. What do you think happened out there with the 14 machine? Did you see what happened?
Really, I wasn't late the whole time. I couldn't tell you. But this Chuck really did a good motor on this car. It was rolling tonight, and I can't thank him enough.
There you go. Well, who else do you have to thank for that fast machine here tonight?
Ford, Mom, and Dad. They make this all happen. Beaver Medical Group, Beaver Air Conditioning, Auburn Custom Homes, Lavernia Mini Storage, Bear Wash, everyone that puts a hand on this car every week. I can't thank them enough.
Absolutely. The young man, Trent Beaver, give him a round of applause. He put on a show for us tonight. Absolutely walked around the top side of this track. Like you said, it had some moisture up there, which is not typical, but moisture on the top side of the track made for some good racing here tonight. So we'll get ready for our next feature race to come out. I believe we will have either the Sport Compacts or the Factory Stocks. We will see. Factory Stocks coming out next. So I will have the lineup for you in just a moment.
Engines pumping and thumping into
time, the green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank. Reckless and wild, they pour through the turns. Their prowess is potent and secretly stern. As they speed through the finish, the flags go down. The fans get up and they get out of town. The arena is empty.
Here come the factory stocks. Give them a wave.
As fast as they can. The sun has gone down and the moon has come up. And long
We had the top
they
6 redraw during intermission, so the top 6 are coming out in their order.
He still burns. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in a time of need. Because he's racing and pacing and plotting the course. He's fighting and fighting and riding on his horse. He's going the distance. No trophy, no flowers, no flashbulbs, no wine. He's haunted by something he cannot define. Bowel-shaking earthquakes of doubt and remorse assail him, impale him with monster truck force. In his mind, he's still driving, still making the grade. She's hoping in time.
So we get all the factory stocks out onto the track for their feature race. Your lineup will look like this. The 20 of Mike Lyon from San Antonio starts on the pole. Outside of him, the 15L, Daniel Lopez from Somerset. Row number 2, the 53K of Casey Kraus. Outside of him, the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore from Kerrville, Texas. Row number 3, the 4D of Dustin Hurley. I'll get it right. The 4D, Dustin Hurley out of San Antonio. And outside of him, the always fast 91, that's Jared Maupin. Row number 4, the 29K, Dylan Kowalik out of Lavernia, Texas. And outside of him, the number 40, that's Dakota Hurley from Sandia, Texas. Dakota Hurley in that new machine tonight. He got himself a race car put back together, and he's back with us. Row number 5, the 41 of Franco Krulik from San Antonio, and the 24 of Paul Reyes, also from San Antonio. Row number 6, the 3D, Johnny Walker Brown from Pleasanton, and the 21R of Eric Ramos from Orange Grove, Texas. Row number 7, Robert Keelik from Divine, Texas in the 92R, and Sonny Kinnaman in the 38 from San Antonio, Texas. Row number 8, the 43 of Michael Keelik from Lavernia, and the 7 of Aaron Letty from Von Ormy, Texas. And bringing up the back row, but I don't see him scheduled here, the 44 of Austin Bean and the 66 of Johnny Torres. I don't see him out on the track, so they will not be able to make this race. So we will carry on with the rest of our lineup here. Oh, wait. There comes one more. That's the 53, Casey Kraus. Let's see. Casey Kraus was supposed to be inside row 2, right in front of Dustin Hurley, and right behind the 20 of Mike Lyon. So Casey Kraus will wait up in there in turn number 2 for the rest of the pack where he can gain his position. Factory stock's getting a little bit of track packing in there up at the top side of the track, trying to make this track as best as it can be for some 2 and 3 wide racing. We pick up Casey Kraus and the lights are going out. Factory stock feature race coming at you right now. All eyes on the 20 of Mike Lyon as he brings it around to the green flag. Here we go, folks. Factory stock racing. The 20 of Mike Lyon moves up to the top side of the track. Casey Kraus in the 53K going to work on the bottom against the 15L Young Money Daniel Lopez. Here they come around for lap number 2. We're going 20 laps total distance. 3 wide getting into turn number 1. Casey Kraus, Daniel Lopez, Jared Maupin, and the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore throw a blanket over him. A big melee right there in the front of the pack. 2 and 3 wide all the way around the track. The 91 of Jared Maupin now working against the 15 of Daniel Lopez on the bottom. Here they come back to the flag stand. The 15 of Daniel Lopez real close to that front stretch wall. Keep an eye on that 15 machine. Oh, we got a yellow. Yellow is out. I do not see what the yellow is out for. Oh, the infield tractor tire. Those wily infield tractor tires out there in turn number 1. Those infield tractor tires, they jump out at you at any time. Looks like we had one move on us. We like to have those infield tractor tires as interesting sponsorships. So if you would like to sponsor your business, get your name out there, we can sponsor you and partner you up with the infield tractor tires. Anytime the infield tractor tires are mentioned, we can talk about your business. So come and see me if you'd like to have an interesting sponsorship opportunity with our infield tractor tires. Looks like we're trying to get our lineup straightened out. We got about 18 factory stocks out there, so it'll be a little interesting making sure these guys are in the right order. So it looks like the 20 of Mike Lyon will be given the call as the leader of this race. The 91 of Jared Maupin going to be right alongside the 53 of Casey Kraus. 15 of Daniel Lopez pulls up alongside the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore. Dylan Kowalik in the 29 pulls up right alongside the 4D of Dustin Hurley. And then right behind him, well, we got a brother-on-brother action here, the 40 of Dakota Hurley. So Dustin and Dakota right there fighting against each other. And Dylan Kowalik is the meat in that sandwich. Jared Maupin in the 91 jumps out to the lead, getting past the 20 of Mike Lyon. Now moves up right in front of his front bumper. Casey Kraus in the 53 working the top side of this track. Keep an eye on that 53 machine as he continues to use the top side. It's fast up there. We'll see what he can do with it. And here comes lap traffic. Lap traffic going to be an issue here as these laps tick down. Lap traffic, the 38K, Sonny Kinnaman. We're telling him to watch out. Leaders are coming up. Oh, another yellow. Yellow flag comes out. Looks like we might have a car up in turn number 4, all the way at the top, or maybe some debris up in turn number 4. That looks like a drive shaft, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody lost a drive shaft. Now, I want to know who lost the drive shaft. Maybe the 40, Dustin Hurley. I see him in the infield.
Come on, Cameron!
Well, I tell you what, it should be really easy to spot the car without a drive shaft. But I guess we missed it. They might be on their way to the pits. I think I see the official truck over there in turn number 4. I did not see which car that was, but they tried to make their way back to the pits.
I see Dakota Hurley in that 40 machine trying to get strapped back into that car. He's in the infield, but will he have enough time to get back into that car? I don't know. I think we're about to go lights out, and we do. Lights are out. Jared Maupin in control of this race. The 53 of Casey Kraus moving fast on the outside. The 20 of Mike Lyon on the inside, right behind him. And here we go green one more time. The 20 of Mike Lyon gets right in front of the 53, impedes his progress. Mike Lyon puts that big back bumper right in front of the 53. Here comes Cameron Dinsmore. Cameron Dinsmore on the bottom side of the track, trying to make it work. It gets past the 20 of Mike Lyon, slips past on the backstretch. There goes the 40 of Dakota Hurley, rejoins the racing surface. Cameron Dinsmore now coming under fire from the 29 of Dylan Kowalik. We go 3 wide down the backstretch. Kraus, Kowalik, and the 20 of Mike Lyon still 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. And the 53 of Kraus backs off just a little bit. Kraus still trying to make the top side work. Mike Lyon pushes him aside. Mike Lyon moves up to the top and gets crossed over. Kraus crosses over Mike Lyon and moves down to the bottom. Excellent move right there by the 53 of Casey Kraus. Now here comes Dylan Kowalik on the bottom in the 29 machine. The young man from Lavernia, Texas, sets his sights on the 91 of Jared Maupin. Jared Maupin loses power. Jared Maupin way off the pace, loses power up in turn number 2. That gives the lead over to the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore, and he takes over the lead, but the 29 of Dylan Kowalik is hot on his trail. We have the 4D of Dustin Hurley. Dustin Hurley spun out over in turn number 4. Woo! I'll tell you what, folks, this is a factory stock race. My goodness, action all around the track. And we're going to get them packed up yet again. Just a few more laps to go in this feature race for the factory stocks, sponsored by All In Designs. The 8C of Cameron Dinsmore has taken over the lead from the 91 of Jared Maupin. Something let go in that 91 machine, and he has left the racing surface. Tough break for the 91 machine of Jared Maupin, who is always, always fast here at I-37. But tonight is not going to be his night. We turn the lead over to a few young men who have been getting some good practice out here. 8C of Cameron Dinsmore, the 29 of Dylan Kowalik, and the 53 of Casey Kraus. These young men have absolutely been getting it done week over week after week. They've been putting in the hours, putting in the practice, and they deserve to be the top 3 right now. I can tell you what, these guys have gotten better every time they come out to the track. We're going to have the end of this factory stock race. Folks, I'm telling you what, it's going to be fun. Strap in. Dylan Kowalik looks like he's going to move to the top side, possibly putting the 53 of Casey Kraus on the bottom side of the track. The car in second position does get to choose whether he wants to be on the top or on the bottom. We stack them up 2 by 2. We may have one more parade lap
as we did not get those cars stacked up in time. But I tell you what, folks, I'm going to keep an eye on that top three right there. Those three young men are going to battle it out for the last remaining laps in this factory stock race. Flagman showing him one. We're going to go green flag this time by. What sort of mind games is the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore going to play with those two young men hot on his trail? Dylan Kowalik on the bottom, the 53 of Kraus on the top. They've swapped places. Lights are out. Cameron Dinsmore going to hold him up down the backstretch. He holds him up, holds him up, holds him up, playing some mind games. And there he goes, takes off in turn number 3 and brings out the green flag. We're going to finish this race up in style. Cameron Dinsmore gets a good run, about 3 or 4 car lengths on second and third place. Second and third place battling side by side. Hopefully that does not impede their progress. Here comes the 29 of Dylan Kowalik. Give that lap to Dylan Kowalik for second position. Now here comes the 53 of Kraus, working his way along the top side. He moves up into the second position. Kraus takes over and moves down to the bottom, a reverse slide job in front of the 29 of Kowalik. Cameron Dinsmore now putting distance and car lengths on the rest of this field. The 53 of Kraus trying everything he can do to track him down. Here comes the 41. Franco Krulik trying to insert himself into that top 3 mix. Franco Krulik working his way around the bottom side of this track. Laps continue to wind down. Oh, we got another yellow. Another yellow out on the track. I see the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown letting the smoke out of that one. Looks like it's coming from maybe a tire rub or something in the rear end. Maybe a right rear axle seal. The wind is blowing the wrong way. I couldn't get a sniff of that smoke, but it looks like that will end the night for the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown. My betting money would be a right rear axle seal for the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown. Just let go. But I'm not a betting man, so don't ask me. HC Cameron Dinsmore, still your leader for this race. Casey Kraus and Dylan Kowalik going to get to pull up right behind him yet again and have yet another chance at a restart. We'll see what the 53 of Casey Kraus does. He's in the second position, so he gets to choose top side or bottom side behind the 8 of Dinsmore. We'll see if he mixes it up, see if he puts Dylan Kowalik in a different place than he was in on the last go-round. So yet again, all eyes are on the top 3, the drama in this race. These 3 young men battling it out, putting on an excellent show for us in these factory stocks. It appears that our officials are still getting the lineup sorted out. The top 3 look like they know where they're going. Maybe not. No, we get them straightened back out. Single file. And it looks like the 24 of Paul Reyes needing to trade places with the 21R of Eric Ramos. I believe that was the call. We'll see if they get it sorted out on the track. Lights are out around the track. We are now single file for the rest of this race. Single file. Good news for the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore as he can start this with one less car on his bumper. Here we go, green flag. Dinsmore, Kraus, Kowalik, and trailing just a little further back, the 41, Franco Krulik. Oh, one goes around in turn number 3. That's the 92, Robert Keelik, who pulls it off into the infield. His night will be done. Gets it turned around so he can see the racing action from turn number 3. But we continue on. Oh, I was wrong. The 92, Robert Keelik, going to come back out onto the track. 2 laps to go. 2 more laps for your top 2. The 41 of Franco Krulik has moved his way in front of the 29 of Dylan Kowalik. Cameron Dinsmore in the 8C. And the 53 of Casey Kraus going to battle it out for the white flag. Here it comes. 1 more lap to go. Here comes Casey Kraus on the outside. Going to try to make it work on the top. Checkered flag comes out. Not going to be enough. Give it to the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore. Cameron Dinsmore puts on a show tonight. We saw the early exit of the 91 of Jared Maupin. And after Jared Maupin exited the race, Cameron Dinsmore never looked back. We're going to talk to that young man in just a second. I bet he's going to be real excited to get his first win in that machine. Cameron Dinsmore's family coming down to congratulate him. You guys can go down if you want to. No, never mind. Don't go down. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. There he is, coming out of the car, Cameron Dinsmore. Now I gotta make a statement here because a couple weeks back, Cameron, I poked fun at your car a little bit, and I said it was having an identity crisis because it's a Monte Carlo from the front back, but from the front it's a Camaro. But you're making me eat a little bit of humble pie here because you put that car in victory lane tonight. Tell us, how was it?
It was amazing. The car ran amazingly. I'm the only person I can really thank is my dad. He does everything on this car. And just the car was amazing. And track was amazing too.
The 91 of Jared Maupin had to exit this race a little bit early. He was in front of you when that happened. Tell me, what was going through your head when you saw him get off the track?
I didn't see him getting off.
You didn't see him get off. Well, hey, as soon as you took over the lead, what was going through your head?
Maupin's up my ass.
Well, if there's anything that's going to pressure you into doing really well, Jared Maupin being all over your back bumper, that's it, man. Let me tell you what. Man, you've already thanked your dad. Who else do you have to thank for this car tonight? I see a bunch of sponsors on the side of this thing.
I got Swenson Race Shocks, and then Lowry Plumbing, and 24-hour, or Allen's 24-hour, 24/7, yeah.
24/7 towing.
And then Sundowner Formers Diesel, and Milk River Film and Media, and Good Old Days Garage, and Relief for the Troops.
There you go. Cameron Dinsmore, tell me, is this your first feature race win?
Yes, sir.
Give him a round of applause, folks. Cameron Dinsmore right there getting the harassment from Pops, putting it in victory lane. Awesome job, Cameron Dinsmore. You put on a show for us tonight. Congratulations to you, sir. We hope to see you back in victory lane real soon. What an awesome race right there. Cameron Dinsmore, man.
Finally putting that thing in victory lane. He's got a fast piece on his hands, and now he knows how to get it done. Well, all right, we got our next feature race coming out.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget.
Sport Compacts coming down the chute.
Through my mind behind a cigarette. And a message coming from my eyes says leave it alone.
All right, Sport Compacts. Now, on my sheet, I've got 20 laps scheduled. Are we going 20 laps or are we going 15? 20. 20 laps. Sport Compacts, your lineup looks like this. Starting on the pole in the 28, that's Levi Hernandez. Right outside of him will be the 32 of Joshua Garcia. Row number 2, the 33 of Jamie Garner. And the 55 of Riker Hernandez. The brothers Hernandez starting on the front rows. Row number 3, the bright pink 76Y, that's Donald Lewis. And outside of him, the brand new machine, that's the 14 of Brandon McCall. Row number 4, the 35 of John Thomas. And outside of him, the 88 of Justin Sitterly. Row number 5, Sean Tracy in the 21T and Rod Tate in the 70. And bringing up the rear, the 12 of Ronnie Schoenfeld and the 43 of Jennifer Kidd. We pick up the green flag. Here we go, folks. Jamie Garner in the 33 jumps out to the early lead, but here comes Riker Hernandez in the 55, makes the quick early pass in lap number 1, and now goes to work in his battle for the lead. Too close to call. Riker Hernandez in the 55, Jamie Garner in the 33, came down to the flag stand. It was too close to call for me. They were side by side, but now here comes Riker Hernandez pushing the 33 of McCall right off the top line. The 21 is Sean Tracy out of Floresville, pulling it off into the infield, going through the go-kart track there. Looks like he lost power on that machine. Tough break for the 21 is Sean Tracy. Riker Hernandez in the 55 going to work quickly tonight, putting distance on the rest of this field. Oh, look out! The 32 of Josh Garcia took a big hit right on the front stretch. I don't know that I've seen a front-wheel drive car take that big a hit and keep on ticking. That car must have a pretty good front bumper, is all I gotta say, man. Oh, the 88 of Justin Sitterly off into the wrong track. Looks like he's gonna pull it off into the infield as well. His night appears to be done. The 88 Acura Integra sitting in the infield of the go-kart track. Riker Hernandez in the 55 continuing to work against the 33 of Jamie Garner. I believe Garner has found a groove that he likes.
And he is reeling in Riker Hernandez lap over lap. He's getting closer and closer to that back bumper. Keep an eye on that 33 machine. Riker Hernandez now moves down about a half of a lane. I don't know if he's got a rear view mirror in that machine or what, but he moves down just a little bit into the same track that the 33 of Jamie Garner is running. Here comes Garner now all over the back bumper of Hernandez. I don't know if Hernandez saw him, but he moved up just a little bit to keep that back bumper off the front bumper of the 33. Here they come for the next lap down. Will lap traffic become a factor for your leaders? Looks like the 55 of Hernandez working the top side against the 33 of Garner. They're tracking down lap traffic. Oh, the 12 gets into the infield tractor tires, runs over two of them. The 12 machine of Ronnie Schoenfeld pulls off into the infield. Looks like those infield tractor tires may have taken their toll on the bottom side of that machine. The 35, John Thomas, now right in front of your leaders. Your leaders are going to try to work it on the bottom. There goes Riker Hernandez, gets past. Oh my goodness, look out! Lap traffic absolutely was a factor in that incident. The 35 of Thomas pulled right in front of the 33 of Garner. Garner had nowhere to go here on the front stretch. Spun into the infield. This is going to be an interesting call, folks. This is one of those where I'm thankful I'm not a race official because I have no idea what really caused that. The 33 of Garner gets it spun back around. Will he get to regain his position in second place? The call is up to the race officials. The question, could that incident have been avoided by the 33 of Garner? Or did the 35 of Thomas truly cause that incident? So the 33 of Garner appears that he will have to be at the back of the pack or towards the end of the pack. So the good news is he'll get to be in the top 5. The bad news is now he's got 3 more cars to get in front of to get back his position right behind Riker Hernandez. We go green coming out of turn 3. Riker Hernandez gets a good jump start coming off of that unexpected green flag. I wonder if the 28 of Levi Hernandez is going to play a little defense for his brother there. Oh my goodness, look out. The 28 of Hernandez and the 76Y of Donald Lewis got together. Hernandez was able to hold on to it coming down the front stretch, but it was getting a little wild and willy in that 28 machine. The 33 of Garner gets past the 76Y of Donald Lewis. Now finds himself back up in the second position, but we've got 2 more laps to go. Laps are winding down. Oh, look out! All sorts of dust and smoke up there in turn number 2. The 14 and the 28 got together and got into the infield tractor tires. It looks like this will be the way that we finish. The 55, Riker Hernandez, followed by the 33 of Jamie Garner. And third place is up for a battle right now, coming to the flag stand. Who's it going to be? The 14 of Brandon McCall picks up the third position right down here at the flag stand. Riker Hernandez picking up another feature race win in that 55 machine. We've also got one up at the top of turn number 1. Looks like that will be the 28 of Levi Hernandez who pops out of that ride. Riker Hernandez, of course, wants to make sure that his brother is okay.
Appreciate you.
Riker Hernandez with the helmet off. Happy pops right there. Jeremy Hernandez, our flagman, going to give him a congratulations rattle on the top of that roof. Brother Levi Hernandez walking down the front stretch to come congratulate Mr. Riker. The fireball pops out of that machine. Riker Hernandez, this is number 2 for you, if I'm not mistaken. 3? 3, I can't count. But hey, tell us how that track was here tonight.
It was a little bit rough, but it was really fun.
Did you know that the 33 of Jamie Garner was right on your tail the whole time? Could you see that?
I saw him once in a while, but I wouldn't worry about it.
What was going through your head as those yellow flags keep coming out towards the end of the race?
I just hope someone wasn't going to cause another yellow.
Yeah, we don't want to see another yellow. Man, you did really well. You played some nice head games out there with the early restarts out there. You did really, really well. Congratulations to you, sir. Who do you want to thank for this car tonight?
Brian Sullivan, in loving memory of Cheyenne, iRace Enterprise, Aaron Letty, Universe, TLC Graphics, and many more that helped me get here.
I heard forgot to tighten the bolts and stop kissing it. I don't know what that's all about. Riker, man, congratulations, man. You did an awesome job tonight. You put on a great show for us. Give that man a hand. Young Riker Hernandez picking up win number 3. They call him the Fireball. Giving his brother Levi there a lift on the way back to the pits. These brothers work on these cars all week long. I get to see them every so often on Facebook, trying to put these cars back together race over race. They put a new engine in the 28 machine this week. Hopefully that new engine is still okay, but we will see.
Coming up next, I believe, will be the IMCA Modified feature race. IMCA Modified, sponsored by Price Chevrolet, coming down the chute. "20 laps the distance for the IMCA Modifieds. Your feature race lineup looks like this. Sounds like the 56 of Gilbert Amezquita does not have the ignition problems worked out of that machine. We'll keep an eye on the 56, see if that gets any better, but it usually doesn't. Starting on the pole, the 28 of Marlon Sanford out of San Antonio, Texas. Outside of him will be the 16 of Landon Bednarz from Selma. Row number 2, the 77 of Robert Lease Jr. And outside of him, the 53 double X, that's Chandler Fox out of Kerrville, Texas. Row number 3, the 22Z, Daryl Boyd from Bernie, Texas. And the 8JR, that's Greg Dinsmore in the 8JR tonight. Greg Dinsmore driving for Logan. Row number 4, the 48R of Raymond McSpadden out of Buda, Texas. And outside of him will be the 5R of Ryan Doyon from Lacoste. Row number 5, Chris Morris from Taylor, Texas in the 94 machine. He drives that machine with hand controls. They call him the handyman, Chris Morris. And outside of him will be the 89C of Stephen Whitaker Jr. from Robstown, Texas. Stephen Whitaker Jr. won his heat race. We'll keep an eye on that fast machine. Bringing up the back row, the 44X of Brandon Welker from Stockdale and the 56 of Gilbert Amezquita. But the 56 sitting right down here on the front stretch, I believe having some ignition problems. All right, so the 56 of Gilbert Amezquita will probably get the worst seat in the house. He's staring at a whole bunch of advertisements. So, 28 of Marlon Sanford from San Antonio will start this one on the pole. Flagman going to show him one time this time by. We will go green flag racing right here. All right, green flag out. The 28 of Marlon Sanford picks up the throttle. Here we go. Oh, we got a whole mess of cars. 3 wide, 4 wide coming out of turn 2. Landon Bednarz, the 77 of Robert Lease, and the 53XX. 3 wide coming out of turn 2. The 28 of Marlon Sanford pulls it off into the infield. That looks to be the end of his night. Here comes the 89C, Stephen Whitaker Jr.
Stephen Whitaker is a man on a mission. Oh, he gets into the 77. Whitaker Jr. just made ever so slight contact with the 77 of Robert Lease and sends him around in turn number 2. We will see what the call is from race officials. But a little bit of contact brought out that yellow flag. So we will see what the fate is for the 89 and the 77. Looks like a little bit of damage on the right side of the 94 machine as well. A little bit of crumpled up sheet metal. It appears that the 77 of Robert Lease intends to get his spot back, but we will see what the race officials have to say about that. And it appears the decision has been made. Unavoidable contact from the 77 coming down into the path of the 89C. So Stephen Whitaker will retain his spot. The 77 has to go to the back. Lights are out around the track. Here we go. Greg Dinsmore in the 8JR taken to the green flag. Oh, look out. Chris Morrison, the 94, getting pushed off into the infield, has to take. Oh, the 89C, Whitaker Jr. goes around up at the top of turn 2. My eyes were looking the wrong direction. I was watching the 94 cut through the infield in turn number 1. Whitaker Jr. expressing his displeasure with the driver of the 8JR machine, Greg Dinsmore. I suppose that means there was some contact between those two machines that caused the 89 to spin. Drama, drama, drama in the IMCA Modified Division tonight. Greg Dinsmore back out to the front. He will retain his lead for the moment. Right behind him, the 16 of Landon Bednarz and the 5 of Ryan Doyon. Doyon and Bednarz will make up row number 2, and it looks like the 48 and the 94 will make up row number 3. That rounds out your top 5 for our Texas-style restart. The lineup appears to be good. More body damage on the side of that 94 machine as he got pushed off into the infield. Not sure if there was contact that caused that, but Chris Morris retains his spot. And now we'll start in row number 2. We'll see if he picks the inside or the outside. If he picks the inside, Raymond McSpadden in the 48R will have to go to the outside. That appears to be the case. Now it looks like our lineup might be good. Keep an eye on that yellow light. Lights are out around the track. Control of the race given over to the 8JR, Greg Dinsmore, and he takes off early in turn number 3. Three wide. And we got another yellow flag. The 28 of Marlon Sanford unable to get that machine refired up in turn number 4, so we throw another yellow. We will restart this race yet again in the same order we just started it. Tough break for the 89C of Whitaker Jr., who had passed several cars in that first lap. Now going to have to go back to his position. But luckily he's not that far back. He's only in row number 1, 2, 3, 4. Marlon Sanford getting the push off into the pits. We will make sure that that car is clear before we start this race again. Dinsmore, Bednars, now the 5 of Doyon up to the top 3. Ryan Doyon makes his way up to the top 3 in front of the 48R and the 94 of Chris Morris. McSpadden and Morris make up your top 5 there, number 4 and number 5. So we will see the lights go out this time by. Greg Dinsmore yet again gets to start this race whenever he so chooses. He holds him up a little bit, now takes off early in turn 3. Here we go, green flag yet again. Chris Morrison, the 94, jumps down to the bottom side of the track, picks up a couple positions. Chris Morris going to battle against the 5R of Doyon. He's working on the bottom. We'll see who gets it coming down to the flag stand. Give that lap to Chris Morris in the 94, but now he's got the 89 of Stephen Whitaker Jr. knocking on his back bumper. Keep an eye on that 89 machine. He goes to the bottom. Here comes Stephen Whitaker, now going to go to work against the second position of Chris Morris in the 94. Whitaker and Morris battling it out for your top 3. Here comes Whitaker again, going to try to make it stick on the bottom. Throws it in there. Give that lap to Stephen Whitaker Jr. Chris Morris and Whitaker swap places. Now Morris on the bottom, Whitaker on the top, and another yellow comes out. Oh, look out! Whitaker Jr. did not see that car in time, almost got collected by the spun number 77, Robert Lease, up in turn number 4. Whitaker Jr., my goodness, makes a hard right turn at the last moment and just misses that 77 machine. Woo! It's got some fast reflexes there. Tough break for the 94, Chris Morris. He was battling back against Whitaker Jr. on the bottom side, but because Whitaker Jr. was ahead on the lap that the yellow flag came out, we give the position to Whitaker Jr. Now, they will still get to be side by side in the second row, but Whitaker Jr. will have the choice. Whitaker Jr. gets to choose whether he wants to be on the top or the bottom for this restart. Oh, and by the way, Whitaker Jr. is now front bumper to back bumper with the 8JR of Greg Densmore. If you remember, just a few laps ago, they got together and caused a yellow flag. So I don't know if there's a certain motivation for the 89C, but we will see what happens as the drama unfolds for those top two cars. All I know is that I've watched a lot of NASCAR lately, and usually when the top two cars have drama, that car in the third position is usually the benefactor. So we will see what happens. I was watching the NASCAR race at Watkins Glen, the Xfinity Series, and Ty Gibbs and AJ Allmendinger took each other out nearing the last lap. They were 1 and 2. Here we go. Lights are out. We're single file. Green flag flies in the air. Here comes the 89 of Whitaker Jr. trying to make an early move on the bottom. Whitaker Jr. goes around on the top. Absolutely shot out of a cannon on that first lap. There he goes. Not looking back. Whitaker Jr. takes over the lead. We got one around in turn number 3. Darrell Boyd in the 22Z. Darrell Boyd around in turn number 3. Brings out the yellow flag. Darrell Boyd in the 22Z gets that one turned around. He will rejoin at the back of the pack. We will restart single file. Well, so as we get our lineup straightened out, Stephen Whitaker Jr., your new leader. Greg Densmore in the 8JR. Right behind him, Chris Morris in the 94. Rounds out your top 3. Ryan Doyon in the 5. And Raymond McSpadden rounds out the top 5. Here we go. Green flag. Stephen Whitaker Jr. Oh, my goodness. Big hit for the 94, Chris Morris, and the 8JR, Logan Densmore. They get together in turn number 4. They keep it going in the right direction, though. Chris Morris did not see that one coming. Raymond McSpadden in the 48R jumps up to the 3rd position, gets around the 5 of Doyon and the 94 of Chris Morris. Raymond McSpadden scraping down the front stretch wall. Keep an eye on that 48R machine. We'll see if he does it again. Oh, no, he does not. Raymond McSpadden staying away from the front stretch wall that time by. A big slip up from Raymond McSpadden in the 48. Now falls back to the 4th position. Ryan Doyon and Raymond McSpadden battling for that top 4. Lap traffic may become a factor for your leader. Lap traffic top and bottom. Whitaker gets out of the gas for the spinning number 44. We got one up at the top. Whoa. We will have yet another single file restart. The 44, Brandon Welker, goes around in turn number 2 and brings out the yellow flag. So that big lead that Stephen Whitaker Jr. built on the rest of this pack has all been erased. Now we're going to bunch up Greg Dinsmore, Ryan Doyon, Raymond McSpadden, and Chris Morris. Those top 5 cars are going to get bunched right up to his back bumper. The 89 is Stephen Whitaker Jr. driving like a man on a mission. We're going to show him one time this time by. Green flag going to come out this time for the 89C, Stephen Whitaker Jr. A little bit hotter of a pace on this restart. Looks like he's ready to go. He holds him up into turn number 3. Consistent pace, and there he goes. Takes off in turn number 4. Doyon and Dinsmore battling it out for second position. Chris Morrison, the 94, moves down to the bottom side of the track, pushes the 48 of McSpadden up to the top, and they swap places yet again. Good little battle right there for your 4th position between Morris and McSpadden. They keep swapping places. Two more laps to go. Stephen Whitaker Jr. looks to be firmly in control of this race, barring any catastrophe. He's got one more lap to get around this place to secure the win. Checkered flag now going to be in the air for the 89C is Stephen Whitaker Jr. Second position, Greg Dinsmore, Ryan Doyon, Raymond McSpadden, Chris Morris, Daryl Boyd, Landon Bednars. What a race right there for the IMCA Modifieds. Good battles all around the track, but we saw the 89C of Stephen Whitaker Jr. navigate all of this traffic and even some lap traffic to pull off the win here tonight. We're going to talk to him in just a second. There's the helmet. Give him just a second. We'll
get him out of that machine. Stephen Whitaker Jr. can hear you now, folks. Big round of applause. We're going to talk to Stephen. Stephen, I got some questions for you.
I might have some answers.
You got a little roughed up at the beginning of this race, but after that, you were a man on a mission. Did getting roughed up give you a little bit of intensity for that race?
I wouldn't call it roughed up. That's just hard racing. I got on the outside of Greg there. Highly doubt he saw me, and but I'm not supposed to be like excited about running over, so I just play the role and act like I'm mad and get back to work. But it's part of racing. We're all out here trying to be in the same spot that I'm in. I can't fault nobody for racing anybody hard.
Well, there you go. It's just hard racing. Hey, is this the first win in that new CDR car?
This is the third win.
Third win in that CDR car. Man, you had that thing looking good tonight. Do you feel like you found a good setup in that car?
We've been all over the map, and Kay Dillard called and said, you need to get your ass back to basic, so that's where we are. And that's probably the best it's felt. Hats off to the track crew. I don't think any of his drivers mind any of these imperfections because it makes for one hell of a race. We're able to move around. We're able to pass. Plenty of moisture out here. It's definitely, these motors are working. It was definitely fun to drive.
Little bit of moisture out in that track. Surprising for the amount of heat that we've had. Hey, who do you have to thank for this car being fast tonight?
I want to thank CDR Chassis, DS&S Construction, Billy Bob's, 3D Landscaping, Windshield Repairs of Texas, G&M Oilfield, Maxima Racing Oils, Sames Ford, W Bodies, my crew, Austin, the Lone Ranger back there that does everything I tell him to. So definitely have fun here, and we're going to take a couple weeks off and get ready for Iowa.
Got it. Big round of applause
Thank
for
y'all.
Stephen Whitaker Jr. putting on a show for us tonight. He started this thing way, way back in the back in 10th position and came all the way to the front quickly. Well, we have our next feature race coming up. The late models will be coming out here shortly. I also want to announce that there's half-price food in the concession stand, so make a quick stop by the concession stand if you want to get a snack on your way home.
Get everybody or back up to the front?
Late models will be coming out in just a second.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it, we will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes, gonna make you zombie someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace, somebody better put your bag into your place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you. We will rock you. All right.
Late models return to I-37 Speedway, starting on the pole, the 10-4, Brandon Brzezowski. Outside of him, the 12, Cody Hartage. Ryan McDonald and Ray Doyon make up row number 2. Ron Sprague and Andrew Hessler, row number 3. Landon Souter, Mark Taylor, row number 4. Barry Quaid and Matt Fox, row number 5. We got a big pile up in turn number 2. We almost got a lap in. These late model drivers are raring to go tonight. I see the 57 of Jason Kelly up there, the 42 of Ron Sprague. I also see the 08 Landon Souter from Elmendorf collected up there in turn number 2. We're going to have one big reset right here. We're going to get these guys stacked back up into their starting order. If they can get refired and restarted back at the racing surface, the 57 of Jason Kelly appears to be kind of stuck up there in turn number 2. A little bit of a T-bone there with the 08 of Landon Souter. Looks like these cars are connected, so we're going to have to get them disconnected. Might require a little bit of ingenuity here. Do you know the words to this song? There's just one. Franco Krulik knows the words to this song. What's up, buddy? Good job out there. You look good. Franco Krulik, driver of the 41 factory stock, put on a good show for us tonight. Finished somewhere around 4th or 5th, I believe. All right, let's try again. Do you know the words to this song? Hey! I see the 08 of Landon Souter gets turned around, appears to be back under his own power. We'll see if he returns to racing action. The 57 of Jason Kelly also back under his own power. Looks like both of those cars might be able to continue in this race. So the 10-4 of Brandon Brzezowski and the 12 of Cody Hardage going to start this race back on the front row. Ryan McDonald and Ray Doyon should be in row number 2. That's the number 5 and the number 9. But it looks like we're a little mixed up here. I see the number 9. Here comes the number 5 up to row number 2. There we go. Getting them put back in order here. Row number 3, the 42 of Ron Sprague
and the 1X of Andrew Hessler from Elmendorf, Texas. Looks like we should have the 08 of Landon Souter and the 77 of Mark Taylor side by side in row number 4. But it appears that the mishap will rearrange the back half of the pack. So, Landon Souter will start behind the 42 of Ron Sprague. 77 of Mark Taylor will now be in row number 4. Now that was his original starting position. Lineup looks good. We're going to go back to green flag racing right here, right now. Now, this is not an official restart. This is back to our original starting lineup. So the start of the race will be on the flagman and the 10-4 Brandon Brzezowski, but you got to pick up the throttle in turn number 4. So Brzezowski leads them around. The lights are out, but this is not a Texas-style restart. This is a full race restart. Brandon Brzezowski playing a little head games with him, taking him slow through turn number 3. Flagman looks him over. We'll see if we have a clean start this time. Green flag in the air. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know what to call that, folks. That was somebody zigging when they should have zagged. The 19 of Barry Quaid and the 08 of Landon Souter got together before the green flag even dropped. So I don't know what the call is going to be on this one. I have to admit I was looking in the wrong direction. I was watching the race leaders. I did not see what happened between those two cars. Somebody up in the stand said the 19 ran out of talent. I didn't. That's taking liberty on the rewording of what that was. But anyway, I don't know what happened. I didn't see it, so I'm not going to make a call. But we'll get these guys lined up yet again. You have to be impartial as the announcer, you know. You really aren't supposed to take sides here. So you just kind of lie and tell everybody you didn't see it. But here we go, the 10 of Brandon Brzezowski yet again. Brandon from Lavernia, Texas, going to start this race on the pole. Green flag in the air one more time. Oh, yet again we have one around. That's the 5 of Ryan McDonald. He gets it turned around. We got all sorts of dust getting kicked up from somebody going through the infield. Oh my goodness. And the 19 of Barry Quaid makes contact and gets spun around again. Now he's taking the scenic route through the infield. All sorts of dust in the air. Your two leaders going at it side by side. I couldn't call that one. Brandon Brzezowski on the top, Cody Hardage on the bottom. They were side by side coming to the flag stand. We'll see who it's going to be this time by. Give that one to Brandon Brzezowski.
look out. Big hit for the 77. We got a souvenir up in the front stretch. A wheel cover flew straight up into the air. That was not a Frisbee, folks. That's a wheel cover. A big hit for the 77 of Mark Taylor. Sliding down the front stretch wall. His night will be done. No, Ray, you can't have it as a souvenir. That's not your wheel cover, buddy. Race officials picking up the wheel cover from the 77 machine. Oh, look out. Ron Sprague on the brakes. Trying to ask the race officials what's going on. These late models, I tell you what, they're here to race, folks. They're not afraid to get a little Western out there for us tonight. Oh, you can see the right side of that 77 machine all tore up. Not a good night for that 77 machine and Mark Taylor. So we're going to get our lineup reset one more time. Brandon Brzezowski, still your leader. Cody Hardage in the 12. In the second position. Ray Doyon in the 9, being scored in the third position. And the 08 of Landon Souter, rounding out your top 4. Andrew Hessler in the 1X will be up in the top 5. Matt Fox in the 53X pulls up alongside the 19 of Barry Quaid. Ron Sprague in the 42 and the 5 of Ryan McDonald bring up the rear. 20 laps, the overall distance for this race. I think we got about 3 in so far. Green flag, here we go, our first official restart. Ray Doyon in the 9 gets a good run coming out of turn 2, but hits some soft stuff up in the top, slows down. Here comes the 10-4 Brandon Brzezowski battling back against the 12 of Cody Hardage. Brzezowski on the bottom, Hardage on the top. We'll see who makes it to the flag stand first.
give that lap to Brandon Brzezowski.
Now Hardage on the bottom, Brzezowski on the top. They swap places. Brzezowski gets on the, Hardage gets on the binders. Brandon Brzezowski now putting distance on the 12 of Cody Hardage. We're halfway. 10 more laps to go. Oh, it looks like the 1X of Andrew Hessler took the scenic route through the infield, kicked up a whole bunch of dust on the backstretch. Now lap traffic. Andrew Hessler in the 1X going to become lap traffic for your leaders. Here comes Brandon Brzezowski. We'll see how he gets around. Here comes the 9 of Ray Doyon, all over the back bumper of the 12 of Cody Hardage. Meanwhile, Brandon Brzezowski still tracking down that lap traffic. Here comes your leader trying to get around the 1X of Andrew Hessler. He moves to the bottom. We'll see if he gets by. And there he goes. He pushes past Brandon Brzezowski, gets past the lap traffic. Now more lap traffic in the way of your leaders. Ron Sprague in the 42 going to get eaten up by the 10-4 Brzezowski. Two laps to go. Now the white flag coming out. One more lap for Brandon Brzezowski in the 10-4 machine. Brandon Brzezowski, clear skies ahead. Checkered flag coming out for Brandon Brzezowski. Putting the combination together tonight. Brandon Brzezowski, your points leader in the late models, putting together the winning combination yet again tonight. Folks, if you're leaving right now, make it home safely, but we're going to talk to Brandon here in just a second. We'll get Brandon out of that car, and we'll talk to him in just a second to see how his race went. Brandon Brzezowski there in the 10-4, his teammate Cody Hardage in the 12 right behind him. A good 1-2 finish right there for that race team tonight. I see the helmet off. I see Cody Hardage getting out of the car. Brandon taking an extra quick second for a breather. There he is, folks. Brandon Brzezowski from Lavernia, Texas, going to come get a big high five from his teammate. Right there, the 1-2 finish for those two guys. Brandon Brzezowski, tell me, how was this track tonight? Was it to your liking?
Man, it's got a little character in it, but it was a lot of fun. You know you don't get good unless you race on stuff that challenges you. So,
Well, hey, there were some challenges out there. I see a couple challenges over there in turn number 1. I see a few challenges in turn number 4. What did you think about all those yellow flags at the beginning of this race?
oh, it's just part of it. Heck, it might have helped me. You know, I don't know. When you're out front, you're just trying to figure out where's the best place to be. And I don't always know, but I try. So.
Well, hey, the practice on the restarts, I think it did you pretty good. But anyway, you put on a show for us tonight. You led it pretty much wire to wire. Who do you have to thank for this car tonight?
I'd like to thank God and all you fans, my sponsors, Billy Bob's Repair and Tire, Mobag Suspension, Trash Can Cleaners, Tex Industrial Radiator, Schaefer's Racing Oil and Vinyl Tricks, and thank the tracks for having us out.
Absolutely. Brandon Brzezowski, the victor tonight. We'll have the late models back in a couple of weeks, so come back and see us. We'll be back next week, so please mark it down on your calendars. We'll be back here next week for another race. Come back and see us again. Guys, make it home safe. Watch out for the crazies on I-35. Everybody come back home and see us again next time